What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Gabe here, about to start part 7 of the Jason's Pokemon Journey in Firered. And we're about to take, in this part, we're about to take on the gym leader, Misty. Oh yeah. I got a little bit of a history with Misty back when Pokemon first came out here. Anybody who's probably seen some of my shorts on up here of my fantasy crushes, you'll see that one from when I was in 6th grade was, of course, Misty. Yep, and then, of course, after that, went to Yogi from Digimon, Rika from Tamers, and, oh wait, Pokemon already healed up. And then also Taya, of course. And then there was a mother's, I think Sailor Moon in 5th grade. And since I started, reading Matilda, yeah, you all know about that there. So, anyway, show you what I've done prior to preparing for my gym battle. As you see, my Charmeleon is now at level 18, and everybody else is at 15 right now. I would go a little bit higher. I was kind of probably gonna go to say maybe 3 levels more, like Charmeleon at 21 and everybody else at 18, or possibly 17 and then Charmeleon at 20, because then I would have my Pidgey here evolve on screen for you guys to see, just like I did with KK, my Butterfree. Also, on that note, you notice I don't have Mankey up here. That's because I switched him out with Randy, my Paris. Yes, because, grass type, water, sort of to help back Pikachu up a bit there. And of course, so I did make one switch, and that's, you see the attacks that Randy knows. I also used earlier when I first made the switch, I did train him up to this level, but I also kind of boosted a level up with that rare candy I found in the Mount Moon Cave. Then of course, Pidgey's Ethan is up at level 15 as well. That's the attacks that he knows. So he's got a few more levels before he becomes a Pidgeotto. KK, of course. So yeah, we're sticking with that. Then I think after I battle my rival, which will be coming up, yeah, spoiler alert, after the gym battle, you do have then you go to the beginning of what's called the Nugget Bridge, and your rival shows up first before you get to any other trainer up there. Now you can actually fight your rival first and then the Nugget Bridge, as a way of, if you want to use that to level up your Pokemon before facing the gym, you can do that. Yeah, like I say, just up to you. Most of the time, I usually take on the gym first and then do everything else in Cerulean Sea after that. But yeah, you can do it the other way around. You see Rattata, Rat Trap. I'm gonna try to. I got 5 more levels to get him to Eradicate. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure he becomes Eradicate before I switch him out. So if I do any other switching, probably, like I say, after facing my rival, I would probably switch out with KK, switch her out with Clefairy. Yep, so, and then figure out what I would switch Rat Trap out with after he evolves there. So yeah, it's kind of switching them sort of slowly, kind of like that. And of course, Charmeleon got Mega Punch, Metal Claw, Ember, and Scratch. And then it's got Pikachu, Sparky. Okay, so that's what's been going on off screen there. So let's go in here, and first, of course, there are some trainers you have to face in the gym before getting to Misty. So gonna go and get started with that. And yeah, like I mentioned before, yes, back in 6th grade, yeah, I did have a crush on her. So that's why I made the short earlier of Jason and Misty kind of having a thing, like he comes to challenge her, but he also is like, hi, well, I know I come to challenge you and everything, but maybe we can get to know each other a little bit that perhaps after our battle, I guess, there. Just saying. So, okay, so let's see what we're gonna put up with this guy. We'll go with Red to that Hyper Fang. That'll kind of get us through some of these trainer battles. That way we can save Pikachu and Paris for Misty there. And possibly, if necessary, we can get something out of Charmeleon. Probably, but like I say, that would be a big chance taken because, fire, water. But I know in the Pokemon Origins movie, he did manage to win with Charmander before Charmander even became Charmeleon. Despite the disadvantage there, because I guess they was at a pretty good level. And I'm pretty sure he did use some of his other Pokemon there too, but yeah, he did mention about being at a disadvantage in the Origins movie. Yep, so I'm first up. Let's do it! Like, totally, dude! The swimmer wants to fight. Swimmer Lewis. He sends out a Horsey! Horsey! Right, not too bad of level comparison. That Hyper Fang. Rat Trap speed ought to give him a pretty good advantage there. Okay, yeah, I don't think Bubble's gonna do that much there. Oh, Hyper Fang, yep. So, I guess I can tell you a little bit about, that fantasy of mine back in the 6th grade while I go through some of these battles. Oh boy. So I actually, if I hadn't mentioned it before, when I first got into Pokemon, it was actually not, I would say somewhere in the 5th grade, kind of late because the games had been out since '96, and then of course, shortly after that you got the anime over here in the West. But I didn't get into Pokemon until like somewhere in the 5th grade. I remember seeing like 2 girls in my class that would, you talking about like some really good artwork. They drew these Pokemon like almost looked just like they did in the show, and there was some good drawing. One of the things that really impressed me, I didn't even know what they were drawing at the time until later, but there was, but I remember one of these girls drew a Gyarados, and had to detail everything. It was like focused on it too, like getting the shading and everything. Sort of like how Big Sis Casey did when I drew that picture of Star Striker for my cover for book number 3 of Yumiko, the Supreme Star Striker. So I drew him, and also Flora. Then since I didn't have Photoshop, I had sent it over to Casey to color and detail. And she had, that's what I'm talking about. She really had Star Striker and Flora well colored and detailed, and still, with that anime persona, like I like there. But it was well detailed, and that's the way these girls did the Pokemon. So when I got into it, of course, I'm not sure which if I did first, was the show or the game. But I know the first game I got was Pokemon Blue, with a Blue Game Boy console. And I remember playing it and also watching the show. And as I watched the show, that's at some point between then and 6th grade, I developed a crush on Misty. And during that time also, how when you're, any of us as a kid has something we believe that was real. In my case, I believe that Pokemon were real and later Digimon. But so the fact that I believe Pokemon were real back then, I would be like, hey everybody, Misty is my girlfriend. So and I remember there was this one time somebody was like, well dude, prove it. You got a picture of her, like a real picture of Misty? And funny thing about this, so keep in mind, this is like 99 to early 2000. We don't have, all, the fancy stuff with Photoshop, or even nowadays with the AI, like how I've used it to make it look like, me and Misty are really there and stuff. Well, I think it was I think a camera like what my Big Papa had there, or just a regular disposable camera. You remember those? 1 hour photo. Well, I took that and I took a cutout. I think it was a cutout or like a picture of Misty in her anime form and everything. And I put some paper around the picture, snapped a picture of that to make it look like there was an actual photo of her. Oh boy, it was kind of a mess, to be honest there, but you gotta give me credit for putting forth that effort, though. Yeah. Let's see. I guess I'll go heal up at the Pokemon Center. Save my potions for the big gym battle. Yeah. So continuing with that, that's how knee deep I was into, believing and wanting as well as believing this to be real. It kind of reminds me of, some things of the Rugrats, where how Angelica would tell the babies stuff like, hey, this to pretty much kind of mess with their heads. And there were times when some of the stuff that Angelica would tell them, she herself would start to believe. Like one time she believed she really was invisible, or another time she believed that she had magical powers and could poof her dad away to avoid nap time. So so with Misty, I actually would actually believe that me and her were dating and stuff like that. And I think I kind of believe that part of the Pokemon world was here in Shreveport there somehow. Yeah. Just kind of show you how active my imagination could get. Yeah. Kind of got, sometimes your imagination gets to a point where, like I said about Angelica, you yourself will start to believe it's real, or you'll want it to be real so badly that you'll be like, no, it's gotta be real. It's gotta be real. So yeah, that was that was kind of we're gonna go closer to her. I know that way I can have all the trainers out of the way. Save you. So yeah, and you know how Ash's last name is Ketchum, right? Well, they never really stated a last name for Misty or even Brock for that nature. And, there was this whole thing of, well, what is Misty's last name? I actually made up a last name for her, which was Manes. M-A-N-E-S. Yeah, just roll with that. But that's what came to my mind, man. Yeah. Yeah, there was quite a bit of stuff that I just sort of imagined from there. So yeah, like I say, it's like everybody, Misty's my girlfriend. until I guess the next grade 7, Yoli, and then the 8th grade with Rika. But that's kind of how it is. That's just kind of a thing with kids. It's anything of any harm or anything, but so you think about like with when kids have toys, they get a toy, play with it, then when they get a new one, it's suddenly, I gotta play with that new toy now. Sort of like somebody getting a brand new car, and obviously you want that brand new car. So yeah, that's kind of way Toy Story shows that. So that's kind of the way it works. Kids that do not everyone, because every kid's different how they develop and everything, and that's fine because they got plenty of time for stuff like relations, stuff like that. There's no need to rush that on kids. There, just let it happen, naturally. Try to like, oh, where's your girlfriend, kiddo? If they have a crush on somebody, okay, but yeah, it's just kind of not about a lot of time. They'll depending on how the kid is, they'll be like, oh, I like this girl at this moment, then at some point later it'd be like, oh, then there's another one, and then it can happen the other way around, so yeah, it just happens, but as they get older, yeah, then, you know, the mind gets more slowly gets more grounded where, ah, man, I've done it. No, Dean, I wanted my Radical to gain another level. I can't do that if you say that. Darn you, Dean. Okay, I'm gonna let KK take care of ya. And let's see, try to get that sleep powder. That way I can use it. I gotta revive it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it so Radical can get his XP points. Okay, so yeah, that's just kind of how it is there, you know. But yeah, as you get older, you get more grounded, more serious with that kind of thing. You know, especially you start getting the possibly preteen. You know, it could, you know, sometimes that is possible. Because like again, every kid's different. But a lot of it, for most everybody, for most people, it's usually around high school when, you know, they start to somewhat become a bit more and more serious about that kind of thing, especially as they get closer to graduation, leading to their, you know, adult life there, as, you know, 18 and up there. So, yeah, that's, I'm gonna fight the confusion. Oh, come on, KK! Come on, girl! Don't hurt yourself! Is it because you're trying to use confusion? Oh, there we go. Okay. That was a close one. Ah, that's what I definitely wanted that level up. Did pretty good there. Little edgy there, but it's a good thing I had that revive. That I actually found that in the cave there. So, okay, we're gonna heal up one more time, so we can be prepared to take on Misty. Yeah, take on my girl in this game. And if you noticed in the short, I had some pictures where I had Misty as a mermaid. The game classifies Misty as a tomboyish mermaid. And interesting, the anime sort of took a little nod at that with the Misty Mermaid episode, where her sisters had talked her into filling in for an actress of an underwater play they were doing. That's kind of actually interesting, doing an underwater play though. Yeah, you have to be really good at swimming and holding your breath for one thing, but they did have they had these little devices that allowed them to breathe as well as, you know, speak underwater, but that still takes some skill to actually go through with that though, even with those things there. I mean, especially, you know, your eyes, because it wasn't like they had scuba gear on or anything like that. Just these little mouth things there. Like Misty she almost forgot to put hers on one time when Team Rocket showed up. What are you doing here? Alright. Save here. Now the thing about grass and electric type Pokemon, why the electric type Pokemon can really do a good job against water type, but the one reason why you always want to at least have a grass type to sort of give them some backup there, because the thing is, grass types can actually absorb a lot of water damage that electric type can. So it's not, now of course it's not very effective on either one, but water attacks tend to affect grass type Pokemon less of their hit points than the electric ones do. I think because the grass type are absorbing the water, you know, like plants in real life there. Hi, you're a new face. Only those trainers who have a policy about Pokemon can turn prep. What is your approach when you catch and train Pokemon? My policy is all out offensive with water type Pokemon, because water is my specialty. Leader Misty likes to battle. Go Stadium! I always like that sound that Staryu makes in, especially the English version. I don't know what sound Staryu makes in the Japanese version, but yeah, and that English does like, Kah! It's almost like Staryu's doing kung fu or something. Kah! Kah! Now she's paralyzed. I'm probably going to use Paris against the Starmie. Yeah, so that way, because the Starmie is a little bit stronger. So yeah, that's what we have Pikachu. But this one, yep, there we go, Water Pulse. Come on. Try to. Ah! Oh man. That's not good. Okay, let's see. Because I want to save Ram. Okay, too bad I don't have any more revives. I have Ethan finish the Staryu off. Ah, nuts! Darn super potion. Okay, keep that quick attack up, baby. We can still, maybe we still got a chance here. Maybe Pidgey can save the day. Save the day. Save the day. Save the day. Oh, okay. I guess say it 3 times and it actually works. Like, okay, let me see. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Ah! It's showtime! No, 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 no. Oh boy. Oh boy, that was just nostalgic. Beetlejuice there. One of the things I think the episode I remember the most from Beetlejuice was the bone, the one where he actually gave his funny bone to that girl. I forget her name, but he actually gave her his literal funny bone for her science project or something. And without his funny bone, he was like just bland. Almost like when Timmy and Fairly Odd Parents wished that he didn't have any emotion. Oh man, sleep powder didn't work. That don't beat all. Okay, let's see. See if we can, let's try to bring the hit points down with Hyper Fangs. But yeah, he was just completely bland. And then they came. I think the funny bone was causing trouble or something was happening where they needed to get the funny bone back in Beetlejuice. And by the way they did it was by singing like the I think like the foot bone connected to the this bone, you know, the bones. Yeah, and that made the funny bone come back there. Okay. Trying to get those hit points down. Well, that water pulse is powerful. Oh my god. More stronger than I thought. Okay. Randy. Get in there, buddy. Poison powder. So you're trying to be sneaky. Ah, yeah. Yeah, my little secret here. Okay, go with the potions here. I don't wanna lose these. Like that song. I don't wanna lose control. Okay. Tell you what, run something out. Zippo. Maybe he can withstand at least one attack for us to charge Randy up with the potion. Yeah, there we go. Even though we were at this man. Yeah. Hold your position there, Charmeleon. There we go. Alright. That's the disadvantage that Red was talking about. All right. Got Randy. Well, close to fully charged. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Yes. All right. Get ready to finish that Starmie with Bullet Seed. Oh yeah. Ha! Critical hit. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I thought at first we was gonna that yeah, we wasn't gonna make it, and then I would have to try to come back for a rematch or something. But yep, looks like we won. Yeah, good thing I caught that Paris there. Yeah, that's why I was telling you guys, you know, don't look like it, but if you kind of use them right, then at least get them to a decent level like I did. Yeah, Paris can actually come in pretty handy. I think him and Bulbasaur are probably your strongest of the grass type Pokemon in the Kanto region. Got the Cascade badge. The Cascade badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey. That includes even outsiders you got in trades. There's more. Now you can now use cut anytime, even out of battle. You can cut down small trees to open new passageways. You can also have my favorite TM03 technical machine. It teaches water pulse. Use it on an aquatic Pokemon. Also, about what you said about the level of a little something to explain about these badges for those who haven't played Pokemon before, newcomers. The badges actually in the game. I don't know how the logic is in the anime, but in the games, you have to have these badges. Otherwise, and I learned this the hard way once, because I never really had stopped to think about it until it happened. If you don't have these badges, then your Pokemon are going to disobey you. If they, if they're really high level and you don't have badges. And how I know this, a friend of mine, back in middle school in 7th grade, I remember one of my friends traded a lot of his Pokemon with me at the Pokemon Center in Viridian I didn't even have any badges yet. But we used the cable link back then. This was before the wireless trade, but we used the cable link to attach our Game Boys, and we did the trade. And the Pokemon he traded me, all of them were like, I think past level, like right at level 30. And when I got them and got ready to go to Viridian Forest, I would win some battles because they're so high level, but it would take a while to do because there were times they'd be like, oh, they're ignoring me, or they went to sleep, they're loafing around. Yeah, they will disobey you. So you need those badges. And notice she say not only up to level 30, but also ones you get in trades. That probably explains why the Pokemon I traded with my friend were disobeying me. So, yeah, that is actually pretty serious there. Yep. That's a little something to know there. So, yeah, we're gonna go and take on the rival, and that'll be our last thing for this video. Save. Yo, Jason! Still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Here, let me see what you caught, Jason. And the reason I have Pikachu up front because he's more than likely going to send out his Pidgeotto. Knew it! Because remember, he had a Pidgey when we battled him first, so now, which looked like his Pidgey evolved a level early, because Pidgey doesn't evolve until level 18. Yeah, look like we got a little technical error here. Now, if you play Pokemon Yellow, you actually can get a Pidgey that you actually can get a Pidgeotto at a very like a Pidgeotto like round level, I would say 9 or 10 in the Viridian Forest. But like I say, just like Pikachu and Fire Red is a very rare find. So yeah, you have to pretty much scour Viridian Forest until you see a Pidgeotto pop up, and that's sort of a reference to when Ash caught his Pidgeotto in the anime there. Okay. Thunder Wave out of do the trick. Oh. Well, gee, I wish I'd have known that. Maybe I should have went on and just used Thunder Shock. Okay. Okay. And static. Just like static, I'll put a shock to your system. I sure hope 2B put static on there May the 1st like they say. They were supposed to have him up there on static shop was supposed to be on 2B last month on the 1st. And they didn't deliver. So now they're saying, okay, static will be on 2B May the 1st. Well, I know one thing, y'all better deliver. I ain't kidding around with that. Yep. Oh, come on! What a critical hit. Man, y'all gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'll show you. I'm gonna face you with a Pidgey. Yeah, let's see how you take this. You wanna tackle me? Yeah, there you go. A Pidgey beats your Pidgeotto. How you like that? How you like them apples? That's what you get for knocking my Pikachu out. You got Rattata. Rattata! Get Cake Candy out there. And I guess after this I'll probably be doing some switching here. Get confused, your Rattata. Okay. I don't know. Alright, let's hit him with some more confusion, or the orb of confusion. What about the orb of confusion? Good grief, good. No. Prolonged exposure to the orb of confusion will give you confusion. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. You mean so his Pidgey evolved one level early in the Pidgeotto than it's supposed to, but he didn't evolve his Squirtle yet? Well, now I feel like Uncle Phil when he be scaring Will and Carlton. Oh, what am I gonna do? Thought Mega Punch would do more damage than that. Okay, let's see. Chippy Scratch. Oh, come on. Well, Squirtle's defense is no joke. But yeah, how come he hasn't evolved Squirtle yet? That don't make no sense. Use Mega Punch! Punch right through your little defense there, Squirtle. Mega Punches! Sock it to ya. Oh boy. Come on. There we go. Ooh, that was a close one. I always want to try to win with our starter Pokemon. Oh, Abra. Like I could say, don't matter who I send on this one. Let's see. No, because Abra's a psychic type there, so. Yeah, too bad I don't have Sparky. Yeah. I'll keep Zippo out, but I'm gonna put one potion on it just so it won't be. Yeah, I could probably just win because Abra doesn't have an attack because of the teleport. But I just don't want to be hearing that boo-boo, 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 boo-boo throughout this whole thing, you know. And it sort of kind of can be a little irritating that it boo-boo. All right. Go with Ember. Yeah, you can't go nowhere, Abra. Where you go? Where you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Now, if it was a wild Abra, his teleport would work. Of course, that would make it pretty frustrating to capture one, though. Hey, take it easy. You won already. Hey, guess what? I went to Bill's and got him to show me his rare Pokemon. That added a lot of pages to my Pokedex. After all, Bill's world famous as the Pokemaniac. He invented the Pokemon storage system on the PC too. Since you're using his system, you should go thank him. Well, better get rolling. Smell you later. Ooh, excuse me. Had a big meal earlier. Oh yeah, right. Feel sorry for you. No, really, you're always plotting behind me. So I'll give you a little present as a favor. Oh, that's nice of you. A fame checker, huh? A chatty gossip like you, that thing's perfect. I don't need it because I don't give a hoot about others. All right, this time I'm really gone. Smell you later. Boy, really like that nacho pie I just had. So, although just as a little fun fact, I did actually have a nacho pie before recording this, courtesy of Queen Tina. Like, nobody cooks a nacho pie like her. But that was nice of Davis to say that. I guess maybe he had some too. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna heal up. That's where we're gonna cut it off here. Next time we'll be going up that Nugget Bridge. That's what they call it. Face some trainers as part of it's a Nugget Bridge challenge. Then just kind of carry on from there. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do next time. And like I say, definitely like, share, subscribe, get our available books. Definitely hit us up. Definitely support us on Patreon, just like the Iceman Universe does. And be sure to support him and check out his stuff like Hey Arnold, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed Nettie, Naruto, One Piece, and Spy Family. Also support the Miracle Crew, as well as which is of course yours truly, King Gabe, Queen Tina, who made such a very delicious nacho pie, Big Sis Casey, who gave us those wonderful toy gifts that we're gonna have reviews of in the future, as well as also Janara Nelson and EJ the Supreme, pretty much being a superstar in all his plays. And also definitely hang out with us on Discord, Facebook, and the live streams. And also, you can sell each other stuff on that Macari app. And of course, you just saw while I was telling you all that, I switched out my Butterfree for Clefairy. And no, I'm not going to say I need to pick up my Butterfree. Oh crap, I just said it. Anyway, like Davis say, or Gary, smell y'all later.